Okay, we're going to start all over again, basically from scratch, because we were looking at actor information, and apparently everything that I had set up wasn't actors. So I'm going to try and do this as an actor sort of thing and see if this is going to work better as an actor situation. Okay, here we go. Basic cube actor. Rather than trigger volume, it was what we had before. We're going to add an actor, and we're going to make the actor be at this particular location, and then we'll add other things to the actor that we want to add. So I just decided to make myself a brand new actor, which is called Playhead BP, an actor. And I added some things to that actor. It's sort of based on some of the directions that I was seeing in the on the Unreal website. So I've added myself a cube and a box. This is actually a box collider, essentially, but that's the idea. It's not a trigger volume, it's a box. So you can't add trigger volumes to actors, but there you go. So I added a cube. I made the scale of the cube a little larger so that I can see it as a playhead. You can see all the same things as before, essentially. Um, yeah, so that's the idea. So we have a cube, I have a box. Actually, maybe I'll take my outliner and just dump it again all the way to the right-hand side. All right. All right. Well, that took an inordinately long amount of time to try to figure out. Anyway, so the deal is that now we have our sort of actor that we have created. I created a cube, box collider. That's basically there. We'll see what happens in terms of being able to, but I'm mainly only interested in making the damn thing move. So that's pretty much it. So, and what I did was I did click this thing here. Once I had the objects that I wanted, is the cube and the box, the cube being the tall white thing and the box being the thing frame around it. And then I had my blank actor called Playhead BP. So then what happened is I have edit the blueprint for this actor. And when I did this, it enabled me to create an object. And what was really useful about that is it finally did give me a viewport with the object that I've created into it. So that was very helpful. So we'll see whether that actually then results in anything useful. We're going to go right back to the same editing situation we've just done. We'll copy over the array settings we just had before. So we'll see what happens in that case. Okay, here we go back to the event graph. And we're going to start again with the same thing that we saw in this other one, which was a set actor location. So, and I can probably copy that pretty easily. Just can't get the targets and references like that, but I can at least copy this one in here pretty easily. That's set actor location. That's fine. Now we need to create a couple of variables. I have actually created a couple of variables. I haven't actually yet. No, that's right. Okay, so I will do that. First one I'm going to create is basically a bunch of integers, or an integer, I should say. That is going to be not new var. We're going to call this something else. That's in the details window up here. You can't quite see it here, but default values. It says please compile the blueprint, where you can actually give it a variable. But the variable name is going to be called something else. We're going to call this row position. Okay, row position. That's basically the index number. And now we're going to also make our array, and we're going to copy the contents from the array to the other array, which did work pretty well. So that was very nice and definitely saved us a lot of work. So that was helpful. So we're going to go over here, variable, and we're going to create, our type is going to be not an integer. It will be a vector, vector. What's your vector, Victor? Okay, so then we got that. This one's going to be called row. That's it, row. It's going to be a row. And so essentially that's the idea there. We do want to make sure we recompile it as a variable to say there was a warning. Yep, said can't parse default value 0 for property row. Whoa, okay, that's fine. Not a problem there. And we can now create our, I'll go back and put this in the details here. I guess probably to the right of this is fine. Yeah. So far like that. Yeah, we'll figure that out. Maybe we'll just put this as details as a tab. Yeah, that's cool. So components and then details and then my blueprint and a bunch of other stuff, I guess. We'll figure it out. It's not really going to be great, but we'll deal. So we're going to add 16 array elements as per before. This is on the left-hand side over here. Yeah, I might actually stick this over down here by my blueprint. There we go. I think that's a little bit better, cleaner. So we can then go back over to our other Playhead test object, find our array that we had made, hopefully that we still have, in our row position. We have our values here. We can then basically just say here, copy, shift right mouse button, and then go back over to our other Playhead and paste that data. And that should be helpful, I believe. And we're going to go back here and just right in this thing where it says row and say paste. Oh, God, that's so much nicer. Okay, cool. That helps me from having to remake that stuff from scratch. So see if I compile here and we'll, yes. Once we put data in there, it was useful. It was when there wasn't anything in there, it's not so good. Okay, we're just going to basically reproduce everything that we had here, essentially. So it's going to be a get for the new location. Right, so we're going to basically drag this out to here, and we're going to type get, and what we want to get is a new location, so get a vector, basically. Get a vector. Get vector, probably. Or just get, I'll say get, how about that? Just an old get. That's factor array average. No, that's not really what I want. I want to just get a variable. Oh, promote to variable. That's what I wanted to do. New location. Oh, sorry. I'll do that. So that's our new location. No, stop. I just wanted to move it. Okay, cool. So that's going to be our new location. And the new location will go here. That's one of our arrays that we're going to do. So that's going to be cool. All right. And right. How do we do that, actually? We had a big old get that we just basically done there. Returns the item in that array. Well, that doesn't sound like that's the right thing, is it? I'm just going to copy it from here. I don't know why I can't do that. Maybe it's get array or something like that. Who knows? So I'm getting that and then getting the location there. Okay, so this? Yes. Okay, cool. Now we've got that. And we got an index point, and then we got the output, which is a vector, which goes into new location. So that was pretty much exactly what we had before. Yep. And we can compile that, make sure that all works. That's all good. All right, and the next thing we want to grab was the row position, which was this thing here, which is another get row position. And that's just a value number. I'm going to basically just put that in there as a value for my thing and go into there. So that's basically the gist of it, not too much more than that. I wanted the target essentially to be self, which technically, if we've got this happening, it should work as such, but we'll see what happens. It might still need to have something there. Okay, and we got that, and we're going to probably take the event begin play just to get an idea of what's going to happen, because the set actor location, it won't just automatically happen, I don't think. So I'm going to basically set this to do this, and is there a get row position here too? No, that would be set row position. And we weren't able to do that before, so I think that's probably correct. Potentially. We'll see what happens. I wanted to do teleport rather than sweeping. I don't want to gradually move. I'm guessing sweeping means gradually move, but I don't know. Row position has a value. That'll be basically here inside my details. And whatever value I've decided to give it, that would be under the default value. So that's there. So we'll see what happens if this actually does anything at all. And I don't know. We're going to see. So far, I've basically been striking out pretty substantially, and I may still strike out. So we'll see what happens. So I'm going to say position number 4. And event get play, and there's a get. And this is set actor location, new location. I don't know whether or not I have to tell it to do things there or not. I've got no clue on this front, really. I'm going to go Command-Shift-S to save all of the parts. And we'll just see what happens. There it goes. Oh my God. All right. I would consider that a successful evening. It finally moved to that location. That is what I wanted all along. So I finally have an array. I have an object that moved to that location in question. It finally is working exactly the way that it is supposed to. You know, if I wanted to move, say, position 14, I can do that. I can save the results. And when I back out on my thing, we will see that it has moved to position number 14, which will be like somewhere over here, I think. There it is. Now, can I change it live? Probably not, no. Yeah, I'd have to be able to give it some kind of value. All right, so the idea, though, the next step, and we'll have to tackle this in the next one, is we want to basically make it so that the metronome output, somehow or another, the number from that metronome output can be referenced, copied somehow or another. That data can be copied real time from the metronome and give me the position of this thing and update the position by reading and getting the index number of the array. All right, so that's basically it. Hope this helps you get your game audio on. See you next time. Bye.